Hey, how are y'all doing? I should be live. Am I too loud? I'm moving my mic around. How y'all like my flowers? Where are they at? Right here. How do y'all like those? Granddaughter brought these over when her and my mother came by, and they are still. I just knocked one off. Well, so much for that prop, huh? Anyway, they found a home on the microphone. Am I too loud? I'm like I said, I moved my mic from back there to around here so I could get it a little bit closer and see how it sounded. I, but I don't know if it's over modulating. I actually watched a replay from last week or the week before, whenever that was, and the audio sounded awful. It was going in and out and in and out, and I was not happy with that at all. How you doing, Wendy? Hope you and Ray are doing well up there in Missouri. Hope everything's going well for anybody else. I have left the house one time today, went to eat and came back home. I've got so much to do. Mr. Tim, how are you? You were just, I get, are you multitasking? Oh, Wendy and Ray, right? They live up there. Mr. and Miss Wumble. Oh, you paused, Steve? Man, there's a lot going on. Steve does an excellent job of keeping up with all that stuff, I tell you. There's no way I could. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was thinking Tim was trying to confuse me. I was like, "I know that's where they live." I mean, I know they don't li y'all don't live in St. Louis, but, yeah, I have your address. I know where you live, but the name escapes me at the moment. Old age, what's that, CRS? Isn't that what they call that? I thought you just said almost RN, no, well, Ray's from there. I think Wendy's from the States here. I don't know exactly where. But anyway, hey, I got a question. Um, I don't know if you're still if I don't know if anybody's doing Spark. Raytown, that's it. Um, but recently I had a notification and I have not received one yet from Spark that this is not gonna be the topic, but I did want we'll get to the topic in a few minutes. Um, on the south side. South side. Bad Bad Leroy Brown. Jim Croce. He was on the south. Wasn't he on the south? Wasn't that the south? I'm on the other side. South. Oh, I thought it was south. Anyway, my mind went to music. Spark's been terrible now, worse than ever with that new update to the. Oh man, it's different. But let me ask you, did you get the notification that we are now going to do Sam's what is it called? Sam's Club shopping now? Somebody made a comment on one of my videos, might have been on a live stream, I don't remember. No, it was a video. Anyway, I asked them if if they've done it, if they have, to join us tonight on live stream or, not join us, but come to the live stream 'cause I would like to see what the how the Sam's shopping order goes because, you have to have a Sam's Club membership card to get in. I mean, half the time they just kinda glance. You could hold a black credit card up and they'd be on. But at the checkout, you'd have to have one. But I'm just curious how that works at Sam's. How you doing, pork chop? Mhm. Been wondering why I didn't do that already. Yeah, but are you gonna, what I'm wondering is, are you gonna show them your app as you're walking in? I have been in this Sam's here several times. and I honestly have not paid any attention. Are the aisles numbered and sectioned like at Walmart? I just never paid any attention, and if not, I mean, I've shopped our Sam's enough to pretty much know where pretty close to where the things are. It wouldn't take me too long to do a shopping order, but so, okay, so you think you can just show them the app? I mean, I have a Sam's Club card, but, um, I don't we'll pull up members digital card. Oh, okay, that's Instacart. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, since everybody's quick and listening, does this mic sound okay this close to my face, or is it overmodulating, or does it sound how you doing, Miss Lisa? Hope you're doing well. Anyway, like I said, I moved the mic from back there to up here 'cause I had a what they call that, a printer cart, and I actually put it on our marketplace to sell, but nobody really made an offer on it, and it doesn't look too bad sitting here on the end of the desk. So I don't know, I may wind up keeping it. Now, I went ahead and hooked up the mic, and it's running over here to the side, so now I can just move it around wherever I want it. You like my flowers? I already said that, didn't I? You have to keep them on. Or get that back out of the way a little bit. Anyway, hopefully the mic sounds alright and not too loud, not too quiet. I just know the audio on that one live stream sounded horrible. Are y'all out, dashing, Wendy? Where's Ray at? See, you got him locked up in the closet? That sounds good. Okay. I was worried about it because, like I said, the one live stream last week or the week before last, when I watched the replay a little bit, it sounded horrible. It was like in and out and fading, and it could be my internet, which just went up, and it's awful internet. Paying for a gig connection, and you're lucky to get a 500 megabit connection, and, you can pork chop, you can guess who that was if you heard the phone. Well, they're on tonight. No, thank you. No. See, I say that quite often to them. It's ugly. Some ugly looking fake tree, fern, bush. I don't know what it is. I said, "I'll do the other one." It was like a double what I'm not a what do you call that, horticulturist that does flowers and plants and all that. It was a double ball. I thought it might look good sitting on each side of the fireplace, but I'm not an interior decorator, so it might look horribly ugly. But, this one what was well, I'll show y'all. Let me scroll back up. Artificial topiary trees. There we go. You can kinda see it. I turned that down. Oh, no, thank you. But this other one wouldn't have been too bad, I don't think. I think it would've been I mean, I realize it's basically the same thing, but I think that would've looked a little nicer, but either way, they said it was for the other one, and I said, "Okay, no, thank you." And they're supposed to be gonna I guess I'm gonna get a dash cam. That's a pretty high $245, but I wasn't gonna do no more of the dash cams for free anyway, unless they had the Sony what was Sony Stratus, uh, um, tell you what, I'm getting old. And the camera, sensor, Sony Stratus sensor, because those are supposed to be really good at night, but this one's $245, so it's gotta be decent. So I went ahead and told him I'd do that. Hey, I'm gonna be going to Bowie, Texas flea market. It's every 2nd Monday. I've got a bunch of stuff. Add to the collection. If you put it in the corner of your room, it really will brighten up the room and make it look nice as long as it's not too bright. Well, you know where it's coming from, so his new phone is still downloading, but he's like, "Oh, okay. Hi, Ray. I'm here. Full phone now." But I like the double one pork chop. I don't know. I thought the one ball one might be too short. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm kinda curious as what the Sam's shopping orders are gonna be like. I haven't gotten one. I have not I have not done a Spark order since last summer. I had it on and off last week, and I never saw anything worth taking. And I turned it on in the last few days, and I ain't seen nothing worth taking. I mean, if I went up there to sit in the Walmart parking lot, I could probably get some decent orders, um, but to be honest with you, I just got too much to do, and you know, it may come to a point where I'm gonna have to stop doing what I like doing and go do that. I mean, I like doing Spark, but, I'm not there at the moment, but I you know, this stuff is like retail. You don't know what from one day to the next. Put the little one on top of the fireplace mantle. That fireplace mantle is only like 6 inches or so wide. If you can see the little lamp right there, that's probably that big around, and it sticks over the edge. That is what, I was told. I have not seen I have not seen more than one order at a time, one offer at a time, but I don't know. All the offers I've been seeing has been from $8, most of them around $11, and I'm not getting out for $11, not when it takes you an hour, and I don't under I s just cannot understand why anybody would take an offer for 11, even $14. You know, I get 14 is getting closer, but you still gotta figure that's $14 an hour minus your cost, and that's still above minimum wage here in Texas, but I don't know, it's just not really worth it. Not to me, not at this point, and I'm not saying that I won't do it. I just, at this time, it's not worth it. I'm making it good on Flex. I wish we had Flex, only right now, Spark is peanuts at this point. Yeah, you're exactly right, and how you doing, Paul? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, really, shopping orders, yeah, you might could get 2, and if you get a ASAP and say it's, say, 1:50, 2 o'clock, you might get that one and get back close enough to proximity to get the next round, maybe. But a regular curbside round robin, you're gonna get 1 an hour, you know? But if you could sometimes get 2 shopping orders done in an hour. I've almost gotten 3 shopping orders in an hour, and if we can do that, 16 cent I used to wouldn't do it, but now I'll do it. I've lowered my standards a little, but I haven't seen anything over $17 this week or all of last week. But like I said, I have been here at the apartment. I haven't been well, last week, I think a couple of days I sat up there for about an hour, hour and a half, but, fortunately, I've been between the Whole Foods and Fresh Market. Yeah, I wish we had flex here. I don't know. Some people said we do, some people say we don't, but if you go onto the sign up for it, it's they'll let you know. Is that the one that said will let you know when it's in your market or something? I don't know. That was last year, I think, when I was looking, but, Amazon then these reviews has, really kicked in, and that kinda was the what I was been kinda thinking about, and I'm not trying I was told a lot of times I'm negative, and I don't try to be negative. I try to be a realist on it, but I'm doing great at 68, 11 grandkids here. Let's see, I've got you're a little older than me. I'm 59. Let's see, I got 5. I'm worried about having a great grandson if oh, Lord. I hope my oldest grandson, he's 15, and, he's being a 15-year-old, sneaking out, stuff like that. When my daughter asked me about it, I know it wasn't nice and I shouldn't have thought it, but I "Huh, paying for your raising." And she goes, "I didn't speak up." Oh, I thought about putting bars on the windows, and then I got to worrying about the house fire. What if she got trapped in the house? We wound up having a house fire anyway. That was a few years later. No, it wasn't a few. It was about a year or 2 later. But, yeah, never thought about alarms. She had called and asked me about getting a security camera. Yeah, I can hook you up, but a security camera is not going to tell you they're sneaking out at that moment, but when you watch the replay, they can't deny it. Of course, you can get a notification from those, you know. I don't think at 15 years old, if a kid wants to sneak out, they're gonna sneak out. I don't care what you do. I did a lot. I sat up at night and, you know, I used to leave my kids at home some, and I would go out for a little while. I mean, they wasn't little. They were 13, 14. People say, "Oh, you shouldn't leave your kids alone." I sh One of them got in more trouble when I was at home than when I wasn't at home. Because when you're not at home, they don't know when you're gonna come in. When you are home and you're in their snoring, they know it's safe. But anyway, that's not what this is about. I don't know what we're always talking about kids and grandkids. But anyhow, luckily, they've all outgrown that. They've moved out, and well, my son's son, we got several years before he's gonna and I have a feeling, it's everything's gonna work. Anyway, she can put one of those shock barriers, ooh, around the yard like they do for a dog. You won't run oh, yeah, that would be funny. I don't know. I don't think he's not really going and doing anything bad, but in today's times, one of the parks that he was wanting to go hang out at, even when I was younger, that was not a good place to hang out. A bunch of, um, loose girls, not nice girls, and little hoodlums hung around up at that park, and, now it is the city that neighborhood, the city has designated that as a gang injunction zone because there is a lot of gang members that live within a few blocks of that park, and it's just not a good place to hang out. During the day, but if you take a 15-year-old kid and he's hanging out with 4 or 5 of his friends at a place like that, no good's gonna come out of that. Might be fine once or twice, but eventually, no good is gonna come out of it. Sports kept me out of trouble. He was doing real good in sports. He really good football player, loved baseball, I mean, he was a good baseball player, um, but his grades started dropping, and that kinda I know this is a way off subject, but it's a little bit of a rant, but I understand it. If, I got something laying on me. What is that? Did I break something off the camera while I was moving? Oh, I know what it is. Anyway, I get the fact, and they did it when I was a kid too, and probably when my parents were kids in school. If your grades fell below a certain score, then you didn't get to play sports. However, in this day and time, I kind of, you know, if a kid is all into baseball or all into football, and you take that away from them, that what is the initiative to try to excel and do better? If you take the only thing that they care about, if you take that away from them, pull it away from them a little bit, but not completely take it away. Let them participate, but not play in the games. Let them be a bench warmer. And "I don't like this." Well, get your grades up, and you'll get back out on the field. Let them play. Don't kick them out. What else are they gonna do? And what is what's the reason in trying if you're not gonna get what you want anyway? And there's so many things kids can get into now. I know there was a lot of stuff when I was younger. There was pot and all that, and drinking and all that. There was all that, but, none of the people that I hung out with, and we never really got into any of that. I mean, we was around it, but we never really got into it. We knew who had it, and we might've had a beer here and there up and down Kent Street, but, in today's time, there's so much they can get into, and it's getting shot at. Hanging out in a park, if there's 4 or 5 of you, somebody might feel that that's a threat, and, I'm not talking about the citizen, regular, normal, level-headed citizen. I'm talking about other little gangbangers. We don't know them. That's another gang coming into our territory. Bam, 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 you know? But if you take it away, and I get the coaches and the parents, I kinda get what they're saying. Well, if you don't force them to, then they won't. But if you force too hard, they're gonna rebel, and they're not gonna do anything, and that's exactly what happened. So, I don't know. He grounded me for druggies were other choice. Father kept pushing me and towards athletics because it kinda saved him. He grounded me for he grounded me for, a whole semester in ninth grade for an F in English, but sports were okay to attend. Really? Well, your body was a bit choppy, bro. Any suggestions to him? I don't know if it's the internet. Too many choices, deadly choices are scary, yeah. I don't know if it's internet or is it me too far away, and that's what that live stream, that's what it was doing, it was, like, getting choppy, and it sounded like and then it would kinda squeal, and it was, like, in and out, like a bad internet connection, and I don't know what to do about it because 'cause I'm the upstream on my internet is only, like, 40 megabits, and downstream is, like, 800 or 500 to 800, and I really don't care about the downstream. I wished it was backwards. Nope, I'm terrible at like, getting all your stuff to work right. I just got a PC set back speaking of getting, mine actually works good now since I moved. You're tall, community deadly weapon. Haven't hooked my mic up and come back up yet. I don't this is one of those, um, with the big plug on it, and it runs through a little mixer thing, not a mixer, but a board you can plug a guitar into it, and turn the gain up and down, and, really I've looked it up, it's not cheap stuff. I didn't pay for it, but I would probably just get a USB mic if I had to buy one, or I noticed a while ago, still have my mic on, you can run a um, regular mic, just plug in the receiver into the USB port on the back of your computer, and it will run it through there. But anyway, um, FM, oh, you're talking FM to me. Okay. Um, well, I don't know if it's the internet, but I know that one live stream I watched sounded terrible. My desk is now an 8-foot table on hub space. This desk, it was a review item. Um, I don't know, 4 foot, and then there's another 3 foot. It's actually an L-shaped desk, but you can it's like this, but you can turn it like this if you want to. And then in the dining room, that's the review desk in there. It's one of those that goes up and down. Man, I love that thing, especially to do reviews on. If I get tired of standing up, I can sit down, just go to the desk. If I wanna stand up, raise the desk. Good desk. You remember that review? It was one that rises up and down. Yeah, that's one that's in the dining room there. Are you liking that? That's fun, and I had considered retiring that channel and making a whole new channel because that was the old channel, but I don't know. I may just leave it 'cause I guess it really doesn't matter. Um, doesn't matter. Anyway, what I was going to talk about was, and I know your shoes. Oh, how you doing, Drone Days? Rebrand the channel easier that way. Well, it would be the same it would be the same niche. I mean, it would still be hiking and fishing and camping and riding my scooter, things like that. Four adult children who sell software for a living and handle tech for a wife and I. That would be cool. Mm, yeah, awesome cool because you can get some free software probably. I don't know how much I guess it depends on what you're into now. Um, the only software I use GIMP for my, uh, pictures and stuff. And I don't really do a whole lot of picture editing anymore other than making thumbnails, and then, Audacity, let's see, I've got Wondershare, Filmora, that's what I edit my videos with, and GIMP, which is free to do your pictures with, and Audacity for audio when I do mix any kind of audio track, and it's free, but I don't really get into anything else. So I don't know what other software I would use. But I know there's a lot of software. I don't even know if I put, there's a couple of software I used to have, but I don't have one anymore. Anyway, the computer's running a lot better now, Tim. Emily's son looked at it, and I did a review on some, uh, uh, RAM, and it was conflicting. I took it to Best Buy. They looked at it, and they couldn't find anything wrong with it, and, he said, I'll take it in the back and clean it up good and run some more diagnostics on it. $150 even though I have an extended warranty. I said, "That's crazy." So if I had just dropped it down the staircase, it shattered into a dozen pieces and brought it up here in a sack, y'all would have fixed it for free. "Yep, but they can't take it back there and clean it for free." Tell me how much sense that makes. I told him, "If I can't get it working, you can expect it back in pieces." He just kinda smiled and said, "Okay." But anyway, that RAM was, had a conflict in it, and then he said, "You need to move from instead of having 2 RAMs next to each other, put a jump over to that 1st slot and the 3rd slot, and then it will work better." Hello, Mary. Welcome to the I think I told you before, debug oh, well, I did this one actually didn't have much on it. Um, I got rid of a couple of things, but it really didn't have much on it. First thing I ever do on any computer is get rid uh, what is that one? McAfee. First thing I do, and I do not take the 30-day free deal of 360. Mm, nope. Yeah, McAfee. That Mama told me about you. I watched a few of your videos so far. I want to appreciate it. Hate to admit it, I have become a tech I've become tech challenged. I used to keep up with all this computer stuff. I used it kind of hurts me having to buy a computer, but I needed it immediately 'cause I would like to have built my own desktop because I could build a better desktop cheaper. Because you can build one cheaper than you can go to Best Buy and buy one, and you'll have a lot better of a computer. But I needed one immediately, and I don't know the latest processors and best motherboards anymore. I used to keep up with all that. But, back then you had a video card, you had a network card, you had a sound card and all that, but a bunch of it, the motherboard is built on and it's pretty good stuff, other than the video card. Video card, you definitely need a separate one. Uh, let me change my PayPal about 600 a day. They charge you. Whoa, I must have missed something. I've been looking for a mini gaming PC. I don't game. They work well for videos. That I don't after that. Oh, okay. I don't like that, but a long time ago, like 20 years ago, I used McAfee, and then I switched to Norton, and I used Norton for years. Now, I don't worry about it. But I used to do a lot of downloading because I had a lot of software. We won't say how, but I had a lot of software. I never sold it, but I did give us a bunch of copies. Anyway, that was a long, long time ago. I think the statute of limitations is like 10 years, and that's been a lot longer than that. Like they would care. You can't even use that software nowadays, not with the 64-bit systems. Anyway, I have a a little mini PC. I did a review on it a couple of years ago, last year and a half maybe. That thing was processing these I could I could edit these videos better and easier and quicker on it than I could this desktop. and it was 300 and I think it's $349 on Amazon. It worked better. Now this works great. I actually used my phone 'cause I think you can record in 8K or is it either the phone or the GoPro. I recorded in 8K, just walking around out in the yard and videoing because I want to see how this one edited now. It smoothly, not a problem, but, didn't have any issues now or don't have any. I think a lot of it was dirty too. I wouldn't have thought it would've got dirty that quick, but it did. I need to do a review on that them air spray, the rechargeable ones. I know you can buy canned air, but, hey, if I can get a rechargeable one for free, you just gotta watch for one, and maybe one will come up, so it's really weird about doing reviews because when you go to Walmart or somewhere, you walk down the aisles and, you get your toilet paper and things like that, and you, like, walk down the clearance aisle and say, "Well, I can get that for free. I got that. I don't need that. Oh, that's cool looking, but I can get that for free." And you just don't see a whole lot, which is kinda cool. Hey, I appreciate that, Paul. But let's see. Oh, it's 9:30. I hadn't even got to the topic. Let me touch on this topic real quick, and I just wanna see, if anybody has anything to say or their thoughts on it. And this is my personal opinion and experience from this so far. And how you doing, Alex? And there's a smart young man right there. You timed that just right because I'm fixing to get into the topic, and I wanted to kinda get y'all's thoughts, if y'all have thoughts, and I think this is kinda well, probably and really, pretty much anybody that does gig work. I mean, it's kind of but look at my mini percent. Here, hold on. Let me click on that right now because I will lose it. Open link in new tab. That it's the same is that the same brand as that one that I did? That's not the Ryzen. Oh, it's got the same processor as my desktop, Ryzen 7. I can't remember exactly mine. Anyway, I'm gonna look at that later. I think that's the same brand. I'm not real sure. Anyway, passive income. You see the commercials where they're sitting on the beach drinking Mai Tais and saying, "Yeah, live the life, make money while you're sitting on the beaches and traveling the world." Um, I was reading I watched the review on that one yesterday, it looks pretty sweet. Yeah, it was a good little one. It actually does a really good job. Oh, oh, okay, I don't get up till noon half the time. But passive income, when you get to the point and I'm not there, don't get me wrong, but I don't have to Spark. I still depend on Spark, but not like I did, and a lot of people are making, commercials, videos and stuff about sitting on the beach and talking about making all this money and while they sit around, and from my experience and in my opinion, it is, bull, and kinda. The thing is, you spend or me personally, I spend 18 probably 18 hours a day doing reviews, looking up stuff, emailing the marketers and it's 18 hours, but I don't work 18 hours straight. I may work 2 hours, and then I may go eat, and then come back, and I may watch a video, and then I can get back to work. So it's not a all day, 18 hours a day, but it's a lot of hours. And then, yes, I can take off for a few days and not do anything because 'cause I'm still making money, but the thing is, I think those people are misleading people, and they're not showing them before they got to that point, and I do think you can get to that point, especially, like, if you're in real estate, big stuff, but like this, like the reviews and stuff, it's passive income 'cause I passive income is making income while you're not actually like, I'm making money right now, not from this channel, but, like, from Amazon. But you have to pretty much everything that you do for money, you have to work for it. I don't you don't just get a check every month for not doing anything. You're gonna spend 2 to 3 weeks a month in order to spend a week being able to actually sit on a beach or sit out in the lake fishing or whatever and still be making money. But you gotta put in the time. You don't get it for free, and I think some people are thinking that they can make a lot of money by doing some of this stuff, and they don't have to work. I'm telling you, there's a lot of work into this. Um, you got you get up in the morning, check your emails, and sometimes it may be 3 o'clock in the morning, I may checking emails 'cause, the marketers I'm dealing with are in China, and they're 14 hours ahead. Not all of them are over there. I've got a couple in Germany, one in, where was it, Italy, and then there's a couple here in the States. So they're not all in China, but the thing is, you have to put in the work, and you're gonna miss out on a lot of things. It's not just sit around and collect money. Read a good book. But, okay, passive is very misleading. There's a lot of management involved in whatever form of investment you have to generate it. Exactly. That's my point, and because I've heard a few people talking about, "Must be nice to be making money and not have to do anything for it." That is so wrong. If they understood the hours that I spend looking at this, then I have to do a review on it, which is this is pretty cool, by the way. Um, and, you know, you spend a lot of hours looking at emails, you get stuff offers sent to you, and I'm turning a lot of offers down now. And a year ago, I'm to the point now a year ago, I would have probably took them, but I'm to the point now, I don't need them. I don't want them. Well, I don't know. Squirrel, but I think people are, getting misled thinking and it's just like the Spark and the DoorDash and all that. Some of these people think that they can just go out and make $200 a day. Easy peasy. It ain't so, you know? You're gonna you don't get anything in life without working for it, unless you inherit it, and even at that, you're probably up with a bunch of useless or not useless, but, not a very good growing up if you inherited something because probably the parents worked their butts off and moved you all over the country or was never had time for you or something. You paid for it one way or the other, or your grandparents. One way or the other, you paid for it. And this is no different. You're not going to sit around and make money without putting in the work. And like I said, I don't work 18 hours a day, but from the time I get and what really made me think about this too, my grandson, I took him fishing, Mon Tuesday. I usually don't well, that's another thing. 'Cause I haven't delivered those Sparkling Tuesdays in quite a while, 'cause Tuesdays are awful, but I took him fishing Tuesday. Well, he wanted to come over, like, the next day, and I'm like, "Buddy, from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, I'm working." Now, it's not constant, I'll stop, I'll go eat, I may go do something, I may, you know, um, ride down here to the lake or something, and I'm doing something, then I get right back to it, and you take it's like I told my daughter, I work 18 hours a day, but I do take several breaks throughout the day, but you're not gonna get it for nothing. You got to put in work, and you're right, most of the time, it takes decades to accumulate enough to generate that. Lots of sacrifice if you go for it while you're young. Exactly, and see, you're lucky, Alex, you're still young. When you're my age, you may be one of them that really can sit on the beach and stick with my ties, but you're gonna spend the next 20 years getting to that, and you're gonna miss out on a lot of things. But, you're working in a regular job, you might be missing out on things because you have to work, and you may work for a boss or a company that won't let you, and that's the good thing about doing this kind of stuff, whether it's delivering or doing, like, Amazon stuff or whatever, you are your boss. You're the one that's gotta pay for taking off that day because your work is still coming in whether you're doing it or not. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 things right at this moment that the review should have been done already because I got more stuff coming in. It's a vicious cycle. I enjoy it though, that is the difference, but I just don't want people thinking that you're gonna sit around and make money while you're not working because you you work today for what you're gonna get tomorrow, but you're gonna work all day to get a little money tomorrow. You're gonna work all day then, and but eventually, you'll get to the point where you can take off 3 or 4 days, and while you're sitting out there fishing or whatever, you're making money, and that's what I'm looking for, and starting to get to that point, not a lot of money. Sure ain't gonna be sitting on a beach drinking Mai Tais. I couldn't afford a Mai Tai, much less afford to get to the beach, but, um, you don't get nothing for free. You gotta put in the work. So, talking about passive income and being able to enjoy life, yeah, but you gotta work your butt off to get to that point, and it may take 20 years. It could take longer, and it may never come about. But if you enjoy what you're doing, that's the thing, and I enjoy what I'm doing. Never in my life I thought I would be on a camera. I didn't even like my picture taken 25 years ago. I didn't want my picture taken, much less be on a camera, but things in life happened that made me realize that pictures are not necessarily for you, it's for your family, your kids, and your great-grandkids, not for you. So smile and let them take your picture. Someday you're not gonna be there for them to look at, and kids that don't even know who you are can say, "That was your great-grandpa," or whatever. That's why you do the pictures. They're not for you. But anyway, that's why, I started getting into this and started doing Dirty Shoes Adventures. That was my first channel. I look back at start that was about 7 years ago, a little over 7, and, I enjoy the editing, the making the videos, and the whole process of it. And now I'm doing the Amazon review. Never would have thought I'd done that. I figured I'd be working for the state of Texas for the rest of my life, and life happens, but always be open to new things and take a chance. I'm not saying take a chance on losing your home or losing your vehicle, but take a chance. So you're gonna look back and say, "I wonder what if." You're already gonna have enough of those. And Alex, you're younger, so mark my words, and you can ask Paul, Tim, anybody that is not old, but, has had a little and you got a good head on your shoulders, you know it, um, but you're gonna have a lot of what ifs in your life. So, younger folks, go for it. If it sounds crazy, makes it all the more fun. Just don't be dangerous about it. I do like mixing bubbly wine, drinking. I find it fun. I realize limits, but enjoying life. And that's the whole thing is you gotta whatever you're doing, you gotta enjoy it. Yeah, and you know that old saying, find what is that? You find something that you enjoy doing and you figure out how to make money doing it. Look at Roland Martin, Jimmy Houston. If y'all don't know who those are professional fishermen. They love fishing. They found a way to make money doing it. So can you. May not be fishing, but, there's a lot of things out in life that you can do besides work for the man, as they say. You gotta be a realist too. You can't just throw it all on a whim or whatever the word is, you gotta use a little consistency. You gotta pay your electric, your water, your gas, phone, car, insurance, home, rent, whatever it is. You got bills. You gotta be a realist. Don't swamp yourself down and don't believe that you're gonna make money sitting around doing nothing because it ain't gonna happen. And if it does happen, you're probably getting a check from the government. You need to get up off your butt and get a job or get out there and make money. You don't have to get a job. There's a lot of money to be made. Even, even in this horrible economy we're in, people are still spending stuff. If you could see my stats on, Amazon, how much money that I don't make, it's the how much money is generated through my videos or my links monthly, weekly, even daily, you know? We're talking $20,000 a month and more is what people are spending, and that's just what I see. So, and can you imagine how many other people are doing reviews? 20,000 here, 30,000 there, 15,000 there, and money being spent. People are still spending money, and they're still making money to spend it. It's a tough economy. Can you imagine what it's gonna be like when we get somebody else in office? Hopefully, it'll get better. It's just gonna take it a while. I'm guessing 2 years. Did it just get darker back there? Got YouTube over here and StreamYard over here. Anyway, that's enough of my little ranting and raving about that. But I just wanted if anybody most everybody here knows, but if anybody's watching the live stream and don't know, you're not gonna make money passively without putting in the work. You've gotta put in the legwork. Work 3 weeks out of the month. That's doable, you know? 25 years ago, it wasn't doable because we didn't have well, it may have been in some other way, selling vacuum cleaners. I don't know, but we didn't have the internet and the Amazon and stuff like that we do now, not 25 years. Amazon was around, I believe, but I think they mostly did books back then. I remember should be my aunt. I remember her, I think she was buying off Amazon, but it was books. But that was 25, 30 years ago. So Amazon's been I think it was. I don't Amazon's been around a long time, but now they're into everything. Walmart's competition. Hit that like button. Yeah, absolutely. We get groovy. If I get down here and talk like this in my little deep voice, uh, what Paul say, the FM voice, the radio DJ. It is cloudy and 67. Oh, every time I hear something like that, I think of the old movie, The Fog, not the newer version of the movie Fog, but the old the lady DJ, she's up in the booth. Yeah. "Oh, I need to make 838 in the next 8 day 6 days." That's I wish I could. Spark is ju I can't never get on DoorDash. Every once in a while, just for the fun of it, I turn DoorDash on, it always says schedule, and you can look at the schedule the whole week ahead. Never no openings unless it's like 2 AM to 4 AM, and in Wichita Falls, there is nothing open except for Taco Bell, IHOP, and I think some of the 7-Eleven, what are they called? They different name now. Anyway, it is awful. Anyway, if y'all will excuse me for a moment, I'll be right back. Gotta get around that microphone. Did I miss anything? Oh, I'm happy. 5 to 6. Yeah. I said $1,000 for 7 days and did 162 today. Wow. But I'm not doing well right now. It's terrible right now in the market. Yeah, 2 days, 2 a day suits me. 1 2-hour block, and a good instant offer, and I'm happy. I used to set $175 a day, then it was 150, and then it was 100. Now I don't even set a goal. I just hope I hope to get close to 100 a day. In the last 2 weeks, I think my last Tuesday sport check, where am Mom said, "Cason's there," which now he might understand more that I do work all the time. Confirmed earnings, July 22nd to July 29th. Anybody wanna take a guess what that was? It wasn't even my daily goal that I used to set. $52 is what I made on Spark. Good night, everybody. It's 10 PM. I have to go watch my weekend. Oh, it is 10. All right, pork chop. Have a good night, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Keep the bugs off the bumper and the bears. What was that? Was that on, Smokey and the Bandit, or was that part of a song? Convoy. I think it was Convoy, the song. Keep the bugs off your bumper and the bears. I don't remember. That's $78 order for 11:15 AM. That's it for catering. Instacart, Uber Eats, maybe Cinepix? I got 100 and carefully 150. Well, I know Spark has been terrible here. They've just they've done it just like DoorDash here. They've oversaturated, and these people are taking the orders. And I just don't understand why. I used to people say, "I'd rather take something than just sit in a parking lot all day." I'd rather sit in the parking lot because it don't cost you nothing to sit in the parking lot. It costs you every time you turn that key on. You pay last oh, okay. You gotta order every once in a while. It works for me. Typically, Lowe's orders. I've never heard of it. I wonder if they're in Wichita 'cause I've only got Lowe's. And hello, Miss Ellen. Hope you're not, melting out there in Las Vegas. I heard you earlier say enjoying or something about the Vegas heat, desert heat. Vegas. It's warm here, but it ain't that warm. I'm trying to get into Synfix, you guys. Look at what Synfix is. I don't know, I had and I don't know if it's legit or not. I had an offer on um, and they sent me a whole list of products I can get, and they was gonna pay me like $100, and I'm sure it's not $100 per video, but, and I know people make big money on TikTok. My problem is I just don't have time, and it's crazy when you don't have time to make money. That just makes no sense. I can't comprehend that. There have I know one thing, I do have to make some money to get this computer paid down. I gotta step up on that. But I've got a lot to take to Bowie. It's a flea market that's, I don't know, 40 miles, 50 miles from here. Take a lot of stuff there and sell. Also, grab CVS order on the road. Man, I have not seen I don't even know if I stayed logged into Roadie 24/7 for a long time. I haven't even thought about it. I don't even sign in, but I haven't seen a roadie order in a year, even when I was signed in 24/7. They I know they're still in business here, but from my understanding, there was a lot of people that's going up to Best Buy because that's where 95% of the orders was coming from for roadie. What do you say, CVS or Walgreens, and, we got a grocery store with a pharmacy, and a few of those and Best Buy. But people set up at Best Buy and, kinda like they do at Walmart. I don't know if y'all noticed it now, but hey, Steve, how are you? Oh, nothing but the rent, brother. I get kicked off a road. Well, I may have got kicked off, I don't know. I also was told that, even when you try to get a roadie order from Best Buy, they're buddied up with those people now, and they get the yeah. But anyway, Walmart now and most of your pickup areas is going to be your hotspot, and I have noticed that our Walmarts, even I've seen pictures of it on Reddit when people's right in the pickup areas. They're doing it here now. There'll be 2 or 3 cars parked right where you pull in. I mean, you can get by them. They're right outside the building. That is crazy, and I've seen several of them that I would like to really check their ID and see if their ID matches them. But most of them do have an ID. There. Hopefully, that will be changing, and you know, I'm not a political person, But, hey, Dasher Maverick, how are you? I am not a political person, but I do think, um, in about a year after we get our new president back in the House, um, I'm not political, things will get better, but I don't think it's gonna get better overnight. It's gonna take us some time. I don't care how hot-headed they talk, reality is gonna take we're in such a pickle right now. It'll take time. Spark made me verify my face last week at the end of my shift. I I got, verification while I was after I had checked in at the curbside pickup, after I had checked in, and then it made me do a facial verification. I mean, it comes up at random times. Usually, it's right when you turn it on for the day, but unless it's, you know, well, knock on wood, she don't make it, and it has nothing to do with her being female. It's all her, and I don't really care who well, not who, but I don't care about their race, whether male or female. If they got common sense and can get stuff done and not a yes person, then I'm all for I like somebody to go against the grain, go against the norm, because the norm has got us in a major pickle. And I don't know why and how our current chief is still in the leader seat. But on the flip side of that, if he ain't, you know who is. But we all know who's really in charge right now and has been for the last 3.5 years. Ain't Biden. Everybody knows it. But I'm not a political person, so I'm gonna drop it right there. And there's reason for Smart to do it. Wait. American Smart today. Yep, it's getting very crazy Smart. Does no good though. Did y'all watch, um oh, it was a lady, somebody had mentioned it, but it just happened to pop up on Newsbreak. She was, her name was something, and she was something the Queen Mafia, all that. She was illegal at the time. I think it's become legal. She laid out the plan on how to do the illegal accounts, get Social Security numbers, all that. And she said she had IDs for when somebody got deactivated to give them a new ID and bam, they're right back on. That is why we can't make money. And that is why I hope it's no ill disrespect to any of them, but I hope they all get deported unless they came legally. And I'm not trying to be cold-hearted, but I got no problem anybody coming in the US, but come legally. You know, there's a lot of good people from other countries that came legally, and they're good folks, and they did it right. But, anyway, hopefully but I can't believe that lady laid it all out, and they publicated it, and that just tells somebody else how to do it. There's a website to go get Social Security numbers. Kamala's track record is crap. She is a borderline communist. She's oh, she is 100%. Um, I I don't know everything about her, but I know enough about her to know that she's no good. But I really don't know I don't know who else there is to vote for. I mean, you and I'm not I mean, I'll just say it, I'll vote for Trump, but it's not I don't agree with everything he says, and I sure don't agree with how he says this, because he has not got good bedside manners, but I do like the fact that he's not against him. I do like that. He's not he goes against the grain, and that's why they tried to off him, and we all know who was up or it wasn't coincidence. Every 3 days, Illuminati. Steve, just Steve Amos. I agree, Steve. You just didn't want to broadcast it. People get up in there. Oh, saw a good mini series. Apple this week. Presumed innocent. If that was supposed to be America. Oh, U.S. Her track record shows her absurd, crazy, whack behavior. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to catch up with everything. If elected and he started it his first term, Trump wants to end federal income tax and import tariffs. I'm not so, hmm. You know how much of a bind we would be in if, a lot of people can knock China stuff all they want. "Oh, it's not China crap." Well, if you go to Target, you go to Walmart, if you shop on Amazon, guess what you're buying? If you buy Toyota, if you buy Ford, if you buy Chevy, guess what you're buying? Something in that vehicle, something 90% of stuff you're gonna buy retail is China or, um, uh, Taiwan. So, I mean, there's not a lot made in America. There's a lot assembled in America. Resistors, diodes, transistors. Yeah. So I don't know if raising the tariff would be a good thing or not. Dro didn't he originally talk about a flat tax? Just, what was it, like a 10% flat tax on everything? I do kinda agree with that, you know? That wouldn't be such a bad deal. But I think they need to cut the government down to about 75% because it's gonna take that many people to run it. And if it does, they're not competent. But I'm not I'm not political. If elected and served, well, that's a policy I can't get behind. Great. Everything is bye-bye RS if that happens. People need to put their feelings aside this election. The people in the power state economy is booming. Really? Where? Yeah, exactly. Your administrators are all liars. So if that hurts anyone. Oh, I don't think you should be sorry, Steve. You know, even the people that would have got upset about that 2 or 3 years ago, I think a lot of them are kinda coming around now because, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Well, it's a Shakespeare conversation. It's definitely not booming in the gig economy. It's not. And you know what killed the gig economy? It ain't that people are eating less, it's that you've got too many people that are not legally operating. There you got a lot of illegal employment stuff, and that's what's killing the gig economy, and we know who's responsible. Partly, I'm not gonna blame it all, but allowed most of it to happen. You know, growing up, me living here in Texas, there was always and these were real Mexican, wetbacks, whatever you wanna call them. They really were. They were good workers, and they are good workers, but it's not the people coming from Mexico the threat. It's the ones that are coming from Iran, Iraq. They're coming from China. They're coming everywhere. Watch some of the documentaries on YouTube where they can actually put the real news out and see all the IDs. find all the different currencies we find on the border. This was in, what was it, Yuma, Arizona, that I watched it? Money, IDs, because if they have money, they don't and IDs, they don't get the card. They get the bank card. The government gets it. If they have that stuff, they can't get that, so they dump it all right there. Well, you watch some documentaries on that, and the only people that can tell the law enforcement, the only ones that can speak freely is sheriff's departments. The border patrol, state police, everybody else, the sheriff's department is the only one that is can legally put the truth out. The rest of it is all, what do they call that? When they only allowed to say certain things, um, you know what I'm saying though. But anyway, we could well, they could open up a big old can on this one, but I'm not I don't and I say I'm not political. I do keep up with some of it or watch some of it, but I don't know enough to it's like talking about football. I watch football. My mom knows more about football than I know. Who's who's the quarterback or who's the best running back and all that. 40 years ago? Yes, I did. I started working retail football. That worked. And I'm like politics. I know a little bit, but not enough to hold a legitimate, good conversation, but I've got my thoughts on it, and I think president would be one that was not a politician. Somebody that just ran a successful business like Ross Perot, which they should have elected back when he ran. Um, I'd almost say, what's his name? Elon Musk. I almost say that he would be a good one, but he's a little out there on some of the things he says, but he is a good businessman. Somebody with some common sense, just plain, ordinary, old school common sense would probably make the best one. Of course, they would probably off him like they did Kennedy and tried to do Trump. Anyway, a lot of bar owners don't care about skill, just yeah. And the patrons that give you no, Rand Paul, yeah. Yes, the patrons love. Was she could be a hostess at best. Always window shopping. Elon has so much on his plate as it is. No way he could get into politics. He did change, and one of the things that I had heard, now I found out wasn't true. I had heard that he was gonna donate $45 million a month to the Trump campaign, which he did not come out and said. He is contributing to a organization that helps the Trump campaign, but he didn't say $45 million directly to them. He's contributing to a group that does that. But he has they said he had never endorsed any presidential candidate until now he's endorsed. Elon has to deal with raccoons trying to get into the back of the Cybertrucks now because they think they're toasters. I watched a video on those trucks, and the guy, I think he was in Colorado or Utah, has pretty big YouTube, but him and another guy, and I think the other guy was in a big, like a one-ton Dodge. They were pulling the same trailer, pretty much the same weight on the trailer up one of the big mountains. That uh, Cybertruck or electric truck, whatever you call 'em, beat him. He beat him to the top and run off and left that big diesel truck. But the guy said, "I love it." He said, "But it's not practical." He said, "'Cause he can make it up there one time and barely made it back." Um, where the combustion engine can keep going. But I was impressed with that thing running that big or running that good. When we went to Fort Worth a couple of weeks ago, saw one on the highway. It's ugly, but it's like almost like a tank, you could put a big caliber barrel at that thing. Anyway, I was just surprised they had that much power. And I heard the regular trucks, like the semi trucks, they had to recall all those because they something about they was, losing communication or something, and going crazy. I don't remember what the whole deal was. I just know they had a big recall on them. It was, okay, so you probably watched that. Yeah, I think it was like in a one-ton Dodge Dually or something, but the stock eating up, and but and the guys, it was his Cybertruck, but he said, "Th they're not there yet, but he's gonna keep it because it's fun to drive, but it's not a replacement." Uh, anyway, y'all, one I've gotta finish a hummingbird feeder review. I don't care how many reviews you do, sometimes you mess up. I did the box opening and then all that at my mom's, and I forgot to plug the mic into the receiver. So, it was like a silent movie. Now I finished the second part, but now I gotta go back and remake the first part and kinda reverse it. A little editing and a little, nobody's gonna know but y'all, so, anyway, I've got to get that done, and I've got 2 trail cams, but one of them, I did do the box opening today, and, it was too dark. The sun was at my back, it was still up, and I was in the shadow, but the way the camera was sitting, the lighting was bad, and you can't see anything up there. So, little mistakes, but got can be remade. It all works out. I enjoy it. But anyway, I've gotta get those 2 things done for sure and this power strip. I got a massage pillow down there. I'll get to that. That just came in a couple of days ago, so we're alright right there. Anyhow, I gotta get off here, folks. I gotta get back to work to make that passive income. It is passive income, but it ain't a handout. You still gotta put in the hours. So anyway, y'all, have a great week, Gramps, and yep, y'all too. I appreciate y'all coming by and like Alex said earlier, if you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. And if you haven't checked out the Grandpa's Random Reviews, uh, if you wanna watch some reviews, and believe me, they are random, um, you can jump over there and check it out. If you like it, subscribe to it too. I'd appreciate it. So anyway, y'all keep, smiling, be nice to be nice to one another, and, hopefully tomorrow will be better than today. That's what we can hope for anyway. Y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. Y'all just keep doing there we go. Y'all just keep doing something, but the main thing is get out there and do something like we said earlier, enjoy life. There's a lot more to life than just working. You gotta work to live life. but you gotta have a life to live. But, hey, that was pretty good. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Have a good night.